Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. We'll start this meeting with a prayer and a pledge led by Councilmember Keaton Fish.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, we thank you for another beautiful day on your creation, God. I just pray that you would bless tonight's meeting, allow us to make decisions that are ultimately what's best for the future of this city that we all love so much, God. Lord, I pray for Fall Fest this weekend, that everything would run smoothly and that we would be able to enjoy some incredible time with our community, God. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Okay. Approval of the agenda.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion by Brent.
Second.
Second by Aubrey. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, citizen comments. Item D. Anybody from the audience like to come up and speak? Go on. Come on up.
Good evening. I'm Gail Jamison and president of the Goddard Women's Club. Very proud to serve that organization. And this year marks the 90th anniversary of the club being founded October 10th, 1933. And so we are considered one of the longest or the longest running service organization in Goddard. And wonderful legacy of women that contributed to the community through the years, and we honor their legacy. One of the things that our women's club has always continued to support is the Goddard Library, and it was founded by the Women's Club in the 1960s. And through the library, we have always supported it, originally working to not only staff the library, but provide summer programs for children through the years, and early learning and literacy has always been at the heart of a lot of what we do for the library, whether it's still continuing to support story time or the puppet ladies doing bringing books to life for children. We switch out the displays in the library. We've helped create the Reading Kingdom decor. And in honor of our 90th anniversary, we have taken on another project for the library, which is the creation of the Lego Wall Learning Center at the library. So we believe hands-on learning is a very good way to develop early learning skills which support literacy. And we will have Lego books, a Lego wall, Lego rug, Lego projects, all the big Duplo Legos available. And we are having a ribbon cutting with support from the chamber. Thank you, Angie. On October the 15th from 2 to 4 p.m. The ribbon cutting will be at 2:30, and I just wanted to come and extend a personal invitation. We will have some treats for you, as well as we plan to put out some of the historical archives from the last 90 years that are just wonderful time capsules of what was happening in our community and how the ladies supported all of the initiatives, from education to veterans to war efforts. And even I think the house painting of the numbers at one time was one of the projects of the club. So tonight I'm here to extend a personal invitation. We would love to have the city represented, and I do want to take a moment to thank the people that have helped us, not only Julie and Carrie at the library, but Brooke and his Public Works Department have been very supportive, and we truly appreciate all that, because if not, we would be duct taping it up and it probably wouldn't last very long.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She doesn't really want to give me one. Thank you, Gail.
You are so welcome.
Thank you.
And again,
Thank you, Gail.
we would love anyone from the city, and we've extended invitations to other departments, but we would love anyone from the city to join us. We aren't opening it like a big free-for-all public come play with the Legos event. We're just going to do it as a dedication. And again, put out the archives in a come-and-go reception with the ribbon cutting at 2:30. So please feel free to join us, and thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Gail.
Thank you.
Okay, who's the next contestant? We're doing citizen comments just for you guys who showed up late. If anybody wants to speak? Going once? Going twice? Sold. Okay. All right, consent agenda, item F. Did you guys take a look at the accounts payable?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion by Brent,
Second.
second by Keaton. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, item H1.
Honorable Mayor and City Council, this is item H1. This is the Southeast Corridor Lift Station public hearing. So, background, during discussions of the Arbor Creek development, it was established that a portion of the cost associated with the lift station to serve the development would be assessed to about 172 lots in the development, as authorized by a petition submitted to the city by the majority owners of affected lots in resolution number 20-05. In a recent conversation, it was discovered that these costs had not been assessed to those 172 lots, and as such, in order to fulfill the intent of the aforementioned petition and resolution number 20-05, those lots need to be assessed a total of $110,000 of the lift station project cost. On September 19th of 2022, the city already had a public hearing on assessments for other infrastructure improvements for Phase 1 of Arbor Creek. Hearing and any written or oral objections to assessments determined in accordance with the resolutions of such improvements. Assessments for costs of the lift station improvements require the city to hold another public hearing for such assessments, so that's why we're having a public hearing today. On September 18th, the City Council approved the proposed assessment roll for the lift station improvements and set a public hearing date for October 2nd. Letters advising of the proposed assessment hearing were sent out to the property owners. It was discussed during the September 18th regular council meeting that bonds have already been sold in 2022 as permanent financing, and that it is advisable to not issue any additional bonds for $110,000 as it would result in additional costs for underwriting and sale, and it could be difficult to sell the bond due to its being viewed as undesirable for such a low amount. It was also discussed during the September 18th regular City Council meeting that not issuing bonds for this type of improvement is a deviation from standard Kansas law, and as such, the city could be required to issue bonds and incur additional costs if legally challenged. City Council will now hold a public hearing allowing any written or oral objections to assessment of the $110,000 up to the 172 lots of the Arbor Creek development. City Council is holding a public hearing to receive written oral objections to the additional assessment of 110 to 172 lots under resolution number 20-05. Each lot will be assessed to $639.54. They'll have until November 3rd of 2023 to pay the amount in full or in part. If assessments are not paid in full or in part, there will be 20 annual installments to property owners equaling about or around $31.97 per year or around $2.66 per month plus interest. Lots to be assessed are listed as followed. Financially, there's small publication costs for the ordinance. Legally, the documents have been drafted by City Bond Counsel Kevin Callan and William Morgan and are based on assessments and costs identified by City Financial Advisor Brett Shogren and Stephen Nichols and reviewed and approved as to form legally speaking. It is recommended that City Council, upon conclusion of the public hearing, waive the reading of the ordinance and then 2, consider the ordinance of voice plus roll call. So, Mr. Mayor, at this point, if you would like, you can open the public hearing for the Southeast Corridor Lift Station for the purpose of receiving oral and written objections.
Okay, we'll open the public hearing. Is there anybody that would like to come up and speak, ask questions, try to figure out what's going on, why they got a letter? Going once? Jeffrey, come on up here.
Can you go back about 3 slides? Sorry, Jeffrey Jones, 1069 Arbor Creek Court. So, we are being assessed $639.54. Is that all said and done?
All said and done.
Okay, so,
I will say, actually, I'm going to interject real fast.
Okay, yeah.
We do have Brett Shogren and Stephen Nichols here. There was a question about interest to be assessed if there is something that we want to consider. Do you want to speak on that at all during this time?
sure.
Yes.
Brett Shogren, Steve Nicholas Company, financial advisor to the city. Each lot is assessed $639.54 in principal. That's the amount of the project that's divided up between the 172 lots. The other Arbor Creek projects did have bonds issued for them last year. I think it's the series 2022-2 bonds, and those bonds had an interest rate of 4.18%. It's up to the city whether to include that interest rate along with these assessments in question. I think it's probably appropriate because the rest of the projects are getting assessed with that interest rate as well. But it is ultimately up to the city. They could either include a 4.18% interest to be collected with these specials, or you could assign a 0% interest rate and just collect back the principal.
Now, the $110,000 that was not assessed was paid in cash by the city, correct?
Right.
I don't,
So we didn't pay interest on it?
we didn't pay, yeah. So I don't necessarily think that we need to charge interest. The whole
$640.
Yeah, the whole purpose of what we're doing tonight is because the city, whatever reason, in the past did not commit to that $110,000. We paid in cash, so I don't think that there's any reason to charge those homeowners interest on that $110,000.
Right. And
So-
you don't have
We
to,
didn't finance
we
it.
don't, that is an option that you have if you wanted to
So
administer that
the
interest.
639.54 is without interest, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
So-
If legally challenged, though, I think we would incur an interest rate that would be substantially
Yeah,
higher.
because then
than
we'd have to
4.18.
bond it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. By doing this, they're actually getting a better deal because we paid cash in the past.
That's correct. They could choose to just pay back the principal amount over 20 years,
Correct.
20 annual installments without
Yeah.
interest.
Yeah. So Jeffrey, yes, the 639.54, if the council chooses not to do interest, which it sounds like they are agreeing to, that would be the end number
Okay, so
And
line,
that's all their assessments?
line 3 then.
per lot.
If they, if homeowners in the area wanted to do the 20 annual installments of $31 or $266 a month, or I can't read tonight, 20 payments of $31.97 or $266, how would that be?
It comes in your annual tax bill along with your regular, it's
Okay.
assessed, it'll be assessed just like all your other
So
specials
it just
previously
get added,
were.
added to it at the
Yeah.
end of the year?
Yeah.
Okay, so, there's apparently not a lot of people from the
Per month.
neighborhood showed up tonight, so I'm gonna have to get on Facebook. So, okay, so do the residents of Arbor Creek need to get in touch with the city then to say, A, I'm going to pay $639.54 up front, be done. I would like to pay annually $31.97, or, because those sound like our only two options. Either you pay the whole amount, be done, wash your hands, call it good, or you're paying $31.97 a year.
Yeah, what's gonna happen is, after this meeting, if the council adopts the ordinance, you'll be sent another letter with a statement of specials being assessed.
Okay?
And then it'll state in the letter you have until, I forget the date.
November 3rd.
November 3rd
Okay.
to pay any or all of that amount. Whatever amount you don't pay will be assessed and collected over the next 20 installments.
Okay. Sure.
So Jeffrey, just to remind you, when you talk to your neighbors, on Facebook or whatever, remind them that this 110 was actually supposed to be originally assessed.
Yeah, because some of the comments I've gotten, and.
This isn't a new thing that we're trying to add on.
They thought it wasn't new, and
Yeah.
because I've been watching, haven't been here, but I've been watching. I let them know, no, this was something that was missed. Well, their concern was, if the city missed it 2 years ago, why are they coming to us now? I said, I'm not the city. I don't
And that's
know.
a- that's a
question
problem.
for people
Yep.
who make more than I do. But I will go back to them and let them know that this is kind of
Yeah.
where we're at. You've got A or B, either pay it or pay what you want, and then the rest will be assessed over after sounds like that November 3rd is the deadline, so whatever money is collected before then will be taken off the 600, and then the rest will be extrapolated over 20 years.
Yep.
And they'll get a letter
And they'll get a letter.
notifying them of this.
So they'll only need to contact the city if they want to pay.
Pay it in full.
Pay it off, pay it
Mo-
off.
People don't typically want to pay it in full because if people don't typically live in their house for more than 7 years anymore,
It
and
gets
so
passed
then
on.
it gets passed on to the new
Gets passed
property,
on to the next one,
right?
right.
And so why pay it in full, stretch it out because you might sell your house and it goes on to the
And, you know,
next person.
$32 a year, the next buyer's not gonna,
Right.
they're not
No.
gonna notice $32.
No. Yeah, you want to come up here?
Nope.
Yep. You done, Jeffrey?
I'm good.
Perfect.
That helps a lot.
Hi, also Arbor Creek. Just trying to make sure I understand correctly.
Yeah, name and address, sorry. We
Yeah,
gotta
the
have
thing's
it.
right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
That's the.
I just went there.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I was just gonna say, is the 110,000 just for, is it for the development as a whole, or is it just like third phase? Because right now there's third of 5 phases.
So this 110 was originally supposed to be assessed to the first phase of Arbor Creek, and it was not.
Oh,
And so what should have happened is this 110 broken down by all those lots over 20 years. Well, it wasn't assessed, so now the city's having to come back and say, okay, we have to fix what was not done last year, and now that's what we're doing it now.
okay. So we're not gonna expect this for phase 4 or 5 then?
No, well, they'll have their portion, of that total as
Right.
well. They'll have their portions
own
of their
portion of it.
phases.
But
Because
we
that
won't
lift
have to go
station
back.
cost-
We're gonna do it right the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do it right the first time this time.
Okay,
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Going once, going twice? So, okay, we'll close the public hearing.
Make a motion to consider the ordinance.
Motion by, do we need to waive the reading?
Oh, I make a motion to waive the reading of the ordinance.
Motion by Sarah,
Second.
second by Keaton. All in favor, say aye.
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 Make a motion to consider the ordinance.
Motion by Sarah,
Second.
second by Aubrey. Roll call.
Councilmember Fish,
Yes.
Councilmember Leland,
Yes.
Mayor Larkin,
Yes.
Councilmember Trailer,
Yes.
Councilmember Collins.
Yes.
The ordinance 937.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Micah.
I-2 is for a lift station pump replacement. Wastewater lift station is a pumping station that moves wastewater from a lower elevation to a higher elevation. The benefit of using this station is in a sewage collection system is that it saves a substantial amount of money in excavation costs and allows wastewater systems to function properly at lower elevations. Lift stations play an integral role in moving sewage to a wastewater treatment plant. Lift stations are constructed with 2 submersible pumps that pump or lift the effluent to a higher elevation and into a gravity system. The dual pumps allow the effluent to move quicker into the gravity system and give redundancy in the event of a pump failure. One of the pumps in the lift station serving the Elk Ridge subdivision has stopped functioning. Tear down inspection of the pump revealed broken fan blades, sheared bolts, and a worn out impeller and seals. The pump has been repaired multiple times during its 20-year lifespan and it is time to be replaced. We are requesting to replace the pump, the worn out Ibarra pump, with a new Landia GGI 80 chopper pump purchased from Fluid Equipment or Cogent. The Landia chopper pumps have blades that cut the solids in the effluent, making it much easier to pump, creating a more efficient flow and fewer blockages. Cost to purchase the Landia DGI 80 chopper pump to replace the worn out Ibarra is $17,249.07. Would be allocated 100% to sewer replacement reserve fund, utility infrastructure, capital outlay. Questions? Pretty basic.
Pretty basic.
Just a pump. And if that's the case, then recommending approved purchase of a Landia DGI 80 chopper pump for the cost of $17,249.07.
So motioned.
Motion by Keaton, second by Sarah. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, I had a question.
Oh.
Can they be rebuilt?
They have this one, the 20-year-old pump's been rebuilt several times. It's worn out. It's not a chopper, and when they get to the point where they're worn.
And we're gonna buy a new one.
Yes, we're
What
gonna
if
buy. This one is.
we Rebuild the old one.
It's
have
been
it as a
rebuilt.
backup.
It's kind of past rebuilt. It's been rebuilt that many times. It's just one of those things where it's kind of a core now. We have moved to the Landia pumps over the Ibarras because there's a chopper mechanism in them. Actually have small blades in this span, and that saves us a lot of cleaning out clogged piping and things like that. And it kind of starts the whole wastewater treatment process early because it breaks those solids up and allows the bacteria to start eating. And so that's why we really prefer this pump over the other ones also, this brand.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. All right. Thank you. Keaton?
Well, thanks for sitting through all of that. That was a rough one. Fall Fest is this weekend, so make sure you get out. If you have not gotten your button yet, buttons did go up in price. They're $50 a piece now, but it's well worth it. John Michael Montgomery will go on, what time? 9, 10?
Around 9.
Around 9. And then we've got Jason Brown. Nope. Jared Brown. I call him Jason every time. Jared Brown and the Dirt Road Misfits. They were here last year. They were awesome. So come check them out. And then the 99 local favorite will play. And then John Michael Montgomery himself will be right here in Goddard, Kansas. And I am stoked. So be out there. Parade starts at 10. Day full of fun activities. We'll see you there.
Sarah?
Ditto.
Aubrey?
Angie, thank you for all the work you're doing. Somebody told me earlier, this is your Super Bowl. And congratulations, and I recommend you delegate a little bit. Don't have a heart attack on us, okay? But thank you so much.
Brent?
You should have seen her face Saturday morning. I mean, she was like smiling. See it like that right there. See that? Yeah. So, Dove Estates was a good car show. Saw Chief there. Hunter was there.
Right.
The Banana Mobile was
Banana
there.
Mobile, that's right.
That's right, that's right. And then, what else did I do that, Delta Waterfowl.
Delta Fowl.
Yeah, the Delta Waterfowl was good. That was good to have a waterfowl group here in town. So, looking forward to this weekend.
Perfect. Well, tonight's a pretty exciting night. Maybe none of you might know this, but we only have 2 agenda items tonight. What that means to me is we're getting shit done. This council has been through a lot this year. But I just wrote down a few things that we've accomplished. We finally are repairing the community center. We're finally got the library repaired. We did our bank transfer, $20 million bank transfer. I'm gonna get the numbers from Matt on how much more interest we're making on that bank transfer. It's gonna help pay salaries here in City Hall. Things that, when that bank transfer was one of the very first things when I got onto the council. When I filled in Brooke Brandenburg's seat, I got a check in from City Hall, my $350. It said Bank of the West. I said, why aren't we banking in Goddard? That doesn't make any sense. And I asked that question, oh, it's too hard, too difficult. Oh, we don't want to do that, we don't want to do that. We're making more money now because of that. So we got the bank transfer done. Road improvements. Everybody complains about the North Frontage Road. Well, we actually got a bond done where we're going to get this done. 2nd Street, we're going to get that done. Maybe Hawkins Lane, I don't know. And then the R-Cut. That's huge, huge. I think it's $7 million between the state, the city. That's huge. We've got a new city inspector. We're actually going to be making money by having our own city inspector and saving money that we were spending with the Sedgwick County. We actually have a professional chamber of commerce now. Before it was a little, honky. We were paying per event. Now we actually have a legitimate chamber of commerce, and that's something to be proud of.
Did you say wonky?
Wonky. I don't know the dictionary definition of wonky, so don't ask me.
This is SAT work for the day.
That's right. Starbond. Starbond's done. Isn't that awesome? I mean, we waited and we waited and we waited, and then we waited some more, and now it's finally done. Now we're going to add on. That's perfect, but it's done. We got people that are showing up to Goddard and visiting.
You were in middle school when that started.
I know.
That ain't saying much.
We got better, safer equipment for our police department. Okay? That's huge. We have an agreement with the rural water district. Most people, water's boring, these agreements are boring. But what most people don't understand is these agreements with these other municipalities and these other small governments are huge for the growth of Goddard, to make sure that we have the water that we need in order to grow. Rural Housing Incentive District. We just sent that off to Topeka. And there's 2 more things that I want to get done before I leave in January. There's 2 more things. It's I want to have a plan. We don't need to execute it, but I want to have a plan on how we're going to possibly get water from Colwich. So as we grow, when I first got onto this council, we were somewhere around 5,000 in population. That's what the census said. With everything that we have approved, this council and the few council members in the past, we should be around 12,000 in population with just the developments that we have already approved. That's huge. And we can't stop growing. We can't stop because it's going to be the lifeblood of our city. We have to do it responsibly. We have to do it to where it is aesthetically pleasing, but we got to make sure we have water to do it. And so this agreement, possibly if we can get it executed, is going to be huge for the growth of Goddard. And then a fee structure. I can go on and on and on about residential developments and fee structures, but right now the way the city has been running is we wake up in a new world every day. Each development is different. Today, we had to fix one of the things on why the city is kind of screwed up in the way we operate. Because we don't have a formal process that we do every time somebody wants to be an entrepreneur and build homes here in our communities. We need a fee structure, just like Wichita, Mays has, to where we're a professional city, where it's the same thing every time. I only want 2 more things. And I think that the city of Goddard, whoever wins in November, they're going to have a great runway to really excel. And I'm glad I can have taken, and this council has taken everything on the chin, but to have 2 things on this agenda tonight means a lot to us and really these people right here, because they're the ones who have done it all. So I just want to say thank you to all of our staff as well.
Yep.
Well, that's all I have to say tonight. So, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion by Keaton.
Second.
Second by Sarah. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion adjourned.